The boxing community is excited about the highly awaited fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, as professionals have recently announced their selections for it. And you may be surprised by a lot of these upcoming predictions. So, be sure to stick around till the end for the full details. But before we do that, let's check out some of Mike Tyson's recent training footage that he released. As the main backlash online to this fight is that he's old and washed up, and stands no chance against Jake Paul, as he's almost 60 years old. But let me tell you, the man still has vicious hands to say the least. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification bell. By doing this, you'll never miss out on any upcoming videos from the combat sports world. Oscar De La Hoya, the former world champion, has cautioned Jake Paul against underestimating Mike Tyson despite doubts about his health and age. Jake Paul, you say you want to be a world champion? You say you want to take this sport serious? Then take it serious, De La Hoya told reporters. What is this? This is not a popularity contest. I'm actually praising Jake Paul here for taking this sport serious, because I really feel that if he fights the right fights and takes the right path to that world title, he can actually get there. I'm not sure, because it's up to him if he can win it, but he can get there. But he's not going to get there through Mike Tyson. He's going to make a shitload of money. He's going to gain more popularity at Mike Tyson's expense. Do I like it? No, because I love Mike Tyson. He added, "It will not be dangerous for Tyson because Tyson has been in the ring with monsters. He has a chin. I'm sure he can still go 6 rounds, 7 rounds, 8 rounds. But I'm just concerned about Tyson's legacy." De La Hoya is aware of the huge financial incentive that drew Paul and Tyson to the bout. Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua's promoter, is among many who have disagreed with the match with greater candor. For me, it's really sad because Mike Tyson was one of my idols growing up, and to see him fighting at 57-58. But I also understand that a lot of people are going to tune in and watch, Hearn told Mailsport. It's an entertainment event, Netflix. Great to see them involved in boxing. I think it will do really well, but it's just not really one for me. He added, "I don't think you should be fighting at 57 years old. But also, the guy was one of the greatest ever fighters. Why do you want to go in at 5% of what you were and lose to a guy like Jake Paul? He shouldn't have to do that, but the world is the world we live in." One of Jake Paul's best friends in Dana White was recently asked about the huge spectacle in a Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight, and it's pretty evident he's against the idea yet again, due to the massive age difference.
He gets mad when I do this, but Mike's 60, man. I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Who gives a shit what I think? It's not my fight. I love Mike Tyson, personally as a friend, and he's one of my favorite athletes of all time. I don't know. Let's see what he can go in there and put together a training camp and come in and I don't like to see guys fighting it. Be a 31-year age difference.
Tyson has been using a cane to walk, something the 56-year-old emphasized on the Stephen A. Smith show. Thus, even though Smith was aware of the excitement surrounding Paul versus Mike, he was concerned Tyson would sustain significant injuries from the bout itself. I confess to you that I can't buy the hype at this particular moment in time. Daniel Cormier told me the last time he saw Mike Tyson was when Mike Tyson last year walked into a UFC fight, walking with a cane. It's hard for me to believe that somebody walking into an arena with a cane is going to be in the kind of shape necessary to go up against somebody 30 years younger, said Stephen A. Smith. It is important to note in this context that Tyson had sciatica in addition to being seen using a cane on multiple occasions. Tyson was forced to depart Miami International Airport in a wheelchair in 2022 as a result of the latter. He went on to describe how the illness affected his speech later. In an interview with Greta Van Susteren regarding his sciatica, Mike stated, "I have sciatica every now and then. It flares up. When it flares up, I can't even talk. That's why a lot of people have criticized Jake Paul for choosing to face Mike Tyson, because while it's true that Tyson is Mike Tyson, age and the fact that he is nearly 60 years old mean that even with his strength, his body cannot withstand sustained injury, particularly from Jake Paul's right hand." After just 30 seconds of pounding pads, Tyson said on The Joe Rogan Experience that the footage made him spend a week in bed. When Rogan complimented Tyson on how well he looked for his age, Tyson responded, "Want me to tell you about that video? I filmed that video and I was in bed for a week. That was 30 seconds and I was in bed for a week. It's not funny because it made me realize that this is big boy shit." Before we go any further into the video, what are your guys' honest predictions for this huge fight on July 20th? Could you see a huge upset and Jake Paul wins and knocks out Mike Tyson? Or will Mike Tyson show the world once again why he's the hardest hitter in boxing history and leave Jake Paul slumped on the canvas? Comment down below. Conor McGregor has commented on the shocking revelation that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson will be competing this summer. As most of you would know, both Conor and Jake have had their fair share of beefs in the past and still ongoing, mainly on Jake Paul's side, with his numerous calls-outs to Conor over the past few years. Like you would assume, he too isn't a fan of this spectacle.
Your thoughts on this Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight?
Oh jeez, I don't. It's a bit strange. You know, is my interest? The interest is low, and I don't know. I don't really. I don't understand it.
Got it. Any difference between this one and?
I wish well for Mike.
The fight, which will make real history, will be aired live on Netflix from the 80,000-seat AT&T Stadium in Texas, home of the NFL franchise Dallas Cowboys. Mike Tyson has stated that he is fully prepared for this battle. "I'm very much looking forward to stepping into the ring with Jake Paul. He's grown significantly as a boxer over the years, so it will be a lot of fun to see what the will and ambition of a kid can do with the experience and aptitude of a GOAT. It's time to put Iron Mike to sleep," Paul continued on Instagram. "It's crazy to think that in my second pro fight, I went viral for knocking out Nate Robinson on Mike Tyson's undercard. Now less than 4 years later, I'm stepping up to face Tyson myself to see if I have what it takes to beat one of boxing's most notorious fighters and biggest icons. My sights are set on becoming a world champion, and now I have a chance to prove myself against the greatest heavyweight champion ever, the baddest man on the planet, and the most dangerous boxer of all time. This will be the fight of a lifetime." Le'Veon Bell isn't holding his breath when Mike Tyson steps back into the ring this summer for his first fight in almost 4 years. Tyson was once dubbed the baddest man on the planet. The former running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who has dabbled in boxing since retiring from the NFL, believes Tyson will be knocked out in his bout with Jake Paul. Following the release of a video of the 57-year-old Tyson sparring by Robert Griffin III, Bell voiced his thoughts on social media. "LOL bro, he gonna be able to do that for about 30 seconds in round 1, then he will tire and get knocked out. But I'm not surprised that this is the perspective from people who don't fully understand boxing." The former baddest man alive also intends to eliminate his competitor YouTuber in order to permanently destroy his brilliant career. According to Mike's friend and veteran fighter, Zab Judah, the multi-million-dollar pay-per-view battle on Netflix is no joke. Judah stated that Mike has a mindset similar to that of an animal in the ring, that the rookie Paul will not be able to handle when they face off on Netflix in Dallas on July 20th. Asked about the Mike versus Jake battle, Judah admitted, "I personally think that the Mike Tyson that we know, the animal, the lion, he's going to show up. That is scary. If Mike is taking this fight on, and evidently he knows exactly what he's doing, and trust me, Mike is going to be Mike." Supporters criticized Tyson's most recent on-screen altercation with Roy Jones Jr., claiming it was a staged sparring match. Judah thinks July's Rumble will be special. "Nah, I don't get that from Mike. When Mike gets in the ring, he hand me business. So if he took on a Jake Paul challenge, Jake Paul is going to have a problem. I can tell you from the mindset of a fighter, he has been great at what he's done. He's been given a great gift. He took great control and responsibility of his physique and everything. So he still feels like at the age of 58 that he still wants to do it. You know what I mean? So, hey, listen, one thing about the champ, if the champ going to do it, he going to go for the biggest and the best. One thing is for sure, on July 20th, the entire internet and combat sports world will be tuning into this fight, whether they agree or disagree with the moral ethics of it. The undercard will also most likely be packed with great fights to cater to the hardcore boxing fanbase while keeping the entertainment factor there. Anyway, this concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to Fight Fury for future videos from the combat sports world. and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.